What's happening with FHA loans?
But super big news for buyers, and FHA loans, regardless of situations, are typically priced a lot better in terms of interest rate and mortgage insurance premiums.
Like, what's the difference between FHA and first-time homebuyer? Hey, Trent, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, Kim. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Tell us who you are and who you work for.
Trent Turner, branch manager at Cross Country Mortgage, NMLS 2078583, and I'm here to serve home buyers, real estate investors, realtors, anyone in the real estate industry. I'm a consultant, happy to advise on all things finance and real estate.
Awesome. All right, so I know there's a lot of activity in the market. Things are kind of crazy, just depending on what day you look. What's happening with FHA loans?
So we're in a very unique situation. In the past, right or wrong, FHA loans were kind of looked down upon. And uniquely now, FHA loans, regardless of situations, are typically priced a lot better in terms of interest rate and mortgage insurance premiums. So for instance, a conventional loan, if you put down less than 20%, typically you have PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. That is typically right now more expensive than doing a traditional FHA and having the MIP, the mortgage insurance premium. The federal government reduced the mortgage insurance premium from 0.85%, or as we say, 85 basis points, to 55 basis points, which is a big savings on that payment, which allows you a little bit more affordability, and that money could either go more towards equity or some other things. So really big. It's a step in the right direction. Hopefully that's reduced even further in the future, but super big news for buyers, and FHA is just a really good product for all across the board to utilize right now. Higher DTI, typically better interest rates right now, and lower insurance.
And I've had clients ask me recently, like, what's the difference between FHA and first-time homebuyer? I don't know where the confusion came from, where people thought that FHA was automatically first-time homebuyer, but what are your thoughts on that when people say that to you?
Yeah, so the first-time home buyer, you can use an FHA program or you can use a conventional. Typically, if you are a true first-time home buyer, which means you have not owned or purchased a home within the last 2 years, doesn't mean that you've never purchased a home. You can use a conventional loan and do 3% down. The FHA, the minimum down payment is 3.5%. So it's a lot of times folks were encouraged to use an FHA loan as a first-time home buyer because it's a little bit more forgiving in terms of credit, and the DTI limits are higher, which if first-time home buyers, quote unquote, just starting out, maybe the income is not as high, but you want to be in a nice area or a nice home, you got a little bit more buying power. But two different things, but they could go with each other.
Awesome. What are the maxes on FHA right now in Georgia?
So the maximum for a single family residence right now is $592,250, which is a pretty significant increase over what it was before, is in the 400s. So you can really buy a lot of something with an FHA right now. So step in the right direction for a lot of folks. That's
awesome. How can people find you, Trent?
You can find me at Banking on Real Estate, Instagram, 601-291-3135, phone number, and trent.turner@ccm.com.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
2023, I'll be talking to lenders, some of my vendor partners, just to give you a better idea of how the process works of buying a home, selling a home. I think education is very important at this time to keep buyers and sellers informed about what's happening in the market. So look out for those videos. Thanks.